Our record predictions for every team in the NFL are coming your way today on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast.
You are Locked On NFL Scouting with the Draft Dudes, your daily podcast for NFL and college football scouting. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's better than this? It's guys being dudes here on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast. We're the Draft Dudes. I'm Joe Marino from Locked On Bills. He's Kyle Crabbs from Locked On Dolphins.
Well,
and we are your NFL experts here with you daily to talk team building across the league on the Locked On NFL Scouting Podcast with the Draft Dudes, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Want to issue a big thank you, shout out, and welcome to our everydayers. Those of you who never miss a single episode, we appreciate y'all being here very, very much. This episode is brought to you by Mazda. Just like there's more to every player, more dedication, more attention to detail, there's more to a Mazda vehicle. Stay tuned later in the episode for highlights in this week's Moving the Game Forward.
Joe, happy Wednesday. Happy NFL regular season eve to you. We usually do or at least since we've done converted to Locked On NFL Scouting, we've done record predictions as like a streaming live show marathon. And I'm kind of glad with this year how picking games went that we didn't do that, just because there's some teams that are really hard to nail down, in my opinion. And I looked at the records and I'm like, I don't think this is right. And then you look at the schedule and it's like, well, I don't know where to manipulate some wins and losses to get the wins where I think they should land for some of these teams.
Predicting the future is hard.
Yeah. And when your job is to have an opinion on everything,
sure,
you're going to be wrong a lot. You got to be comfortable with that.
Yeah.
So we have picked individually the records for all 32 teams. We have individually picked, I'm going to do the math live, 544 games, 272 times 2, right?
Sure.
So
I think you're right.
Each picked all those games.
Yeah.
And we're going to present our findings here today on Locked On NFL Scouting. So I don't have any cute segues or secures, anything like that at the beginning of the show. We got to dive in. We got to go through all these records because we got a bunch to get into.
All right, shall we start with the NFC East?
Yeah.
All right, here's how I have it. Here's how I have it shaken out, Kyle Crabbs. Your division winner, the Philadelphia Eagles, at 13-4. Number 2 is the Washington Commanders at 9-8. Dallas, number 3, at 7-10. And the Giants at 5-12. We'll go through the seedings. That'll be segment 3, but that's where I have the record sorting out to.
Okay, so you had Eagles 12-5?
13-4.
13-4. I have them 12-5. So we're within a game on Philadelphia. You had Washington at 9-8?
9-8.
I also had Washington at 9-8. You had Dallas at 7-10?
7-10.
I also had Dallas at 7-10. And then you had the Giants at
5-12.
And I had the Giants at 6-11.
So the same order and basically within a game of every single team.
Yeah. And we're the same with the meat of the division. And it's just I had Philly's ceiling one game lower and I had the Giants floor one game higher.
Okay. You can see that very similarly.
So we could take a minute here. Not a lot of time, but I feel like the pecking order here, what's the pathway for something disrupting the status quo here? Is it Jackson Dart coming in and just playing lights out? Because that was part of the part for me with the Giants that made them harder to pick in the second half of the years. It's like, we're going to start with Russ, but with what that schedule looks like, I don't think we're going to ride Russ all season long.
I think that's correct. And I would say MVP caliber Dak Prescott, which we've seen under Brian Schottenheimer, is your other path. I'm concerned about the defense, but quarterback play trumps everything. And that's possible with Dallas.
Okay. You want to go to the NFC North? Mass Chaos Division. I have 3 playoff teams here. I'll spoil you there.
Oh, a little spoiler. Okay.
I have the Packers winning this division.
Oh. Wow, Kyle.
13-4.
Wow, Kyle. Okay.
We could talk about it. I have the Lions I ended up getting the Lions to 12 wins. So I have the Lions at 12-5. I have the Vikings at 10-7 in J.J. McCarthy's first year. And then I have the Bears at 8-9 in the first year of Ben Johnson.
Okay, we saw the East very similarly. We have this one Pretty different.
Okay, great. You the Lions. I know you. The Lions.
My
win
Lions.
15 games with Joe.
No, they're 11-6. They're first place though at 11-6. I had the Vikings in second place at 11-6. The Packers 10-7 third, and then the Bears 6-11 fourth.
Okay. So we were very different on the Packers and the Bears. We were within a game of each other on the Lions and Vikings.
Kyle, if you're high on Tennessee, I'm calling you out. You're leaning into all the things that we've gotten in trouble for in the past. But
so for me with Green Bay, right? Obviously, this addition of Micah Parsons is a huge deal. I think there's some questions with their secondary at cornerback, but they get Nate Hobbs back, and I think they're really strong at safety. I think they had some depth to play with on the defensive interior, and you've got hybrid weapons that I think Hafley has good proof of concept of using Edge Cooper with. I really like the depth of their offensive line. I like the depth of their skill players. I'm a believer in Jordan Love, and it all just kind of fell together for me where, look, they start the year with Detroit and Washington at home, and Washington's on a short week. Then they're on the road in Dallas and Cleveland, and then they have a bye, and then they get out of the bye. They get Cincinnati in Green Bay. I think it's a pretty favorable start to the season for them. They have Philadelphia coming to their place as one of the other marquee games. They get Baltimore coming to their place. They get a lot of the marquee matchups at home. I liked how the schedule fell.
I'm concerned about the run defense.
I get it. Well, that's so is Jerry Jones.
I know. And I feel I feel some type of way kind of aligning with Jerry right now, but I just feel like this is the type of team that teams are going to show up and say, let's go, baby. Here it comes. Deal with it. And I'm not sure how well they're going to be able to deal with it. I love their potential being a big play defense. They should get a lot of negative plays, but you got to earn the right to get those. And I'm a little bit nervous about that. And I mean, I think highly of their offense, but I don't know. It feels like the vibes are a little bit weird with kind of that receiver core and Jordan Love's trajectory. I'm a believer in Jordan.
Golden. I think
I know that's a big variable.
And my bold bet was that Matthew Golden would kind of be marginalized a little bit because of the volume. But I think as the preseason has played itself out, it kind of feels like the vibes are nudging towards that bold bet that came in, what was it, early July, late mid-July?
Yeah. Being
catastrophically wrong is kind of how the vibes are right now.
All right, so we'll just be a little different here. That's fine.
You want to do the South or West next? It's Joe Marino's call.
South. We'll sneak in South. I think there's going to be less to discuss here.
Okay.
Bucks winning this division at 11-6. The Falcons at number 2 at 7-10. Carolina Panthers 5-12. The Saints 2-15.
2-15 Saints, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Thomas Dimitrov's going to help him though.
Yeah.
Has he ever traded back? That's what I need to know. Is Mickey Loomis? What a marriage. Yeah.
I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning this division at 12-5. I have the Atlanta Falcons finishing second at 7-10. I have the Carolina Panthers at 4-13, and I have the New Orleans Saints at 12-5 or at 2-15.
Very, very similar. You have the Bucks winning this thing by 5 games.
Yeah, they're going to be that team for me. It's like, hey, the calendar turned to December. Congrats. You can wear your divisional championship t-shirts.
Right.
Depending on how the schedule plays out.
They could have quite the buffer there.
How about just real quick, Luke Gadecki, contract extension yesterday, 4 years, $90 million. Healthy.
Good for him, man.
This draft and develop on the offensive line thing for Jason Light and company is coming up aces for them right now.
Yeah, they're crushing it. Okay, the one of the most difficult divisions to predict, we're going to do next here, the NFC West, and then turn our attention to the AFC. So, folks, be sure to stick with us. This is Mazda's Moving the Game Forward, brought to you by those who believe it's not just about playing the game, it's about redefining it. Because these moments do more than win. They push what's possible. They remind us to go that extra yard, shift into that extra gear, and keep moving the game forward. And when I think about that, and I think about this NFL preseason, the name that comes to mind for me is Bills wide receiver Tyrell Shavers. He's proven to go that extra yard. He spent the first 2 years of his NFL career on the practice squad. He said out of 2023, he said, or 2024, he said, I think I did enough to make the roster. And he stayed on the practice squad, put it all together this year, and made the team. When you follow what moves you, the unexpected is only the beginning. And just like there's more to every highlight, there's more to a Mazda vehicle. Mazda, move and be moved. When the opening whistle blows on a new repair, you get your crew moving forward with Supply House. Order today and see parts on your doorstep tomorrow. Over 280,000 plumbing, HVAC, and electrical items from the most trusted brands in the business. Their real-time inventory and honest lead times keep you from punting projects, while their industry-leading customer service always has your blind side covered. Need parts fast for a project? Well, Supply House has next-day delivery. Talk about a game changer. The Pathfinder tools and 3D schematics can save you hours on jobs where every detail matters, and their Trademaster perks like priority shipping and dedicated support make the whole process smoother. Join the free Trademaster program today and score serious perks like priority shipping, lower prices, and a dedicated support line. Visit supplyhouse.com to sign up for free and use promo code SHCollege5. That's the letter SH College, the number 5 for 5% off your first order at supplyhouse.com. Real people, real service.
All right. NFC West, you've described this as the hardest division to pick in football.
Certainly the most narrow margin between 1 and 4 that I have.
How many games is that? We'll spoil it here since we're dealing with the fluff of we rolled into a new segment, so we got a little extra wiggle room for what that looks like.
I have the winner with 11 wins. I have the fourth place team with 8.
Okay, and I have the winner with 12, and I have the fourth place team with 8. That 8th place for fourth place is tied with Chicago for the highest fourth place finisher that I have in the entire NFL, not just the NFC. But that division's winner, I had at 13 wins. So this is also my most narrow gap between first and last.
Very good. Go ahead, sir. How do you see it stacking up?
I have the LA Rams, assuming Matthew Stafford's back, stays held together by voodoo and duct tape and whatever else they need to get him
sure.
at the end of the season.
He's in Los Angeles. They got stuff out there, right?
Right. They got lots of spas and stuff. Just keep him in that gamer chair biodome that they had him in during training camp. So I have the Rams and Stafford at 12-5. I have the San Francisco 49ers at 10-7.
Ooh.
I have the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks both finishing 8-9 and 3-3 in the division.
I'm the last one left on Seattle, man. I've been listening to you talk all summer about this defense and Mike McDonald.
Yeah.
And then we've been sharing some of our predictions with friends and stuff, and it feels like there's a lot of people that are just down on Seattle. I am not.
I don't know that I'm down. It's just a tough schedule, and I don't know.
It's a lot. There's a lot that needs to come together offensively. I think that's fair. Here's how I have it. I have the Rams winning this thing at 11-6. I have the number 2 team as the Seahawks also at 11-6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Cardinals 9-8, 49ers 8-9.
So you're out on San Francisco. You're fading Kyle Shanahan this year.
Well, let's not act like Kyle Shanahan hasn't earned the right to be faded from time to time. It's just this defense, man. I just don't really like it. I think they're missing. I mean, certainly they have a lot of appealing young players in their front. They hadn't proven anything. I don't know anything about these guys in the NFL, and that's a big part of Robert Saleh's defense is that rotation up front and being 8-9 deep with actual players. Linebacker 2. Questions about this secondary, overall. I think it's a lot that has to come together, and like that doesn't even get into the offense where I think Brock Purdy's in a position where he's going to have to really show that he can elevate things around him in ways that he hasn't in years past. And so I'm at 8-9. I don't think they're going to be a terrible team, but I think they're more of a mediocre team than one that I'm expecting to be poised for being a serious, contender.
So just looking at the front half of San Francisco's schedule, I have them losing to Seattle at home week 1. I have them winning in New Orleans week 2. And then I have them winning both home games weeks 3 and 4 against Arizona and Jacksonville. Would we agree that's reasonable?
Same. I got the same thing.
And then I have them losing at Thursday to the Rams.
Yep.
On Thursday night, week 5. I have them losing in Tampa Bay week 6, despite the extra rest. Then I have them winning week 7 against the Falcons. I have them losing in Houston week 8. I have them winning in New York against the Giants week 9, and then I have them losing against the Rams at home, and then losing to the Cardinals in week 11 in Arizona.
We got a couple things different.
But so I guess where's the – do you have Seattle sweeping them?
I have them splitting, so they play week 1 and 18.
Yeah,
I have that as a split. I have the Giants beating them in week 9. I think that's a good matchup for the Giants and that defense. Plus it's the cross-country thing. I have the Colts.
Giants are going to play spoiler for a few teams with how their defense is built.
I think this is the type of game, or I would expect that. I also have the Colts on Monday Night Football. The Colts coming off extra rest, another type of team that I think is well orchestrated from a personnel perspective to challenge the Niners. So there's 2 games right there that we had different. Okay. I understand picking either team, 49ers to win those games, but on the road again, far trips against opponents that I think kind of have it from the D-line perspective to challenge them and can stop the run. That's where we see it different.
I think the tough part for me was Seattle, and then we'll get into the AFC side of things, is their AFC opponents. They've got Pittsburgh on the road.
Yeah.
Right. They get Houston, which I think is a horrible matchup for them with how Seattle's offensive line is currently constructed. So I don't love that for them. And then they had another uncommon opponent that I thought stood out. Was man, that's a tough draw for them. So it was kind of the uncommon opponents for Seattle was where I had the hardest time for them. Especially
I'm buying into the defense, man. Mike McDonald, he's got players, man, everywhere.
Where do you want to start in the AFC? We should aspire to get at least 2 divisions done between now and the break.
Let's start with the East, man. Start with the East.
How about we do the East and the South? Because I think those are the 2 that probably has the least to talk about.
Cool.
The floor is yours.
I have the Bills winning the AFC East at 13-4, and the Dolphins at number 2 at 9-8. Patriots number 3, 7-10. Jets number 4, 6-11.
Okay, I have the Bills 14-3. I have the Dolphins at 10-7. I have the Patriots at 8-9, and then I have the Jets at 5-12.
Same order and within a game of each other on every single team.
Yes. So you see this division pecking order very similarly. I think the win total for Miami might surprise some people, but for me, it's the first half of the schedule is pretty favorable, and they have continuity. Where a lot of the teams that they will be facing do not have continuity on both sides of the ball. The South.
Yep. Your turn to go first.
I have the Houston Texans at 10-7. I have the Jacksonville Jaguars at 7-10. I have the Tennessee Titans at 5-12, so you could stand down. Don't come burn my house down. I think I'm not buying in like I did with Green Bay. And then I have the Indianapolis Colts team I have a admittedly tough time with. I have them at 3-14.
Yeah, I think the Colts are a difficult team to forecast this year. We're close, but a little different. I have the Texans winning it at 11-6. Jags at number 2 at 8-9. Then I have the Colts at 6-11 and third, and then the Titans last at 3-14. So I guess my house is getting burned down by our friends over in Nashville.
You're closer too. I'm a bit more of a drive.
You're like, yeah, guys, it's a lot closer. Bring your gasoline and matches.
Or load up the truck and drive on over.
It's not that far. A little bit of a gap here with the Colts, right? I'm a little higher on them.
So for the Colts, obviously the Daniel Jones element, the quarterback element on offense is really challenging for me to reconcile with a few new pieces on the interior offensive line, which is, I think, a tough spot for Daniel Jones to kind of have the question marks. And they've got young players and they should feel good about those players, but they got to develop. And then defensively, the corner depth is really concerning. The linebackers were a big issue for them last year. Right now, they got Joe Bocci penciled in as a starter.
Hey, he was a fun player in college, man.
He's a great player.
10 years ago, a really good player at Michigan State.
Right. And so they spent big on Cam Bynum. They got Kenny Moore. They spent big on Shavarius Ward. Xavier Howard's penciled in as the other starter at corner right now. I don't know. I also watched did you see the locker room captain's announcement for the Colts?
No. Oh, yeah. Well, they were not one guy was not too thrilled about Daniel Jones, right?
Yeah, but it was like, I don't know, is the energy of the room I thought was
Steichen, man. He's kind of corny, man. He's a
flat
corny guy,
right? Like,
yeah.
So I have a hard time with them. I think they're a team that has some really appealing pieces, but I think the critical factors for their team is where I have some of the bigger questions.
Trenches, offensive skill players that aren't quarterback. I like it. I really do. I like it enough for them to have 6 wins. Let's not like I'm crazy in on the Colts, but I think when you start you had them like 3 wins.
Yeah.
That's like, I mean, you're expecting this to be one of the worst teams in the league. I think they're going to be like respectably bad, if that makes sense. Kind of like what they've been. Okay, other 2 divisions in the AFC and then our seedings. That's coming up here next, folks. Be sure to stick with us. This episode is presented by Yahoo Fantasy. The NFL season literally starts tomorrow. You can feel the buzz. Fantasy football season is here. Everyone's researching, drafting, and building their championship squads. If you haven't joined the league yet, now's the time. It's all happening on Yahoo Fantasy. This year I'm playing on Yahoo Fantasy Football, and you should too. In fact, I did a Guillotine League draft last night, and Yahoo is loaded with fun ways to compete and brand new features that make the game even better. With season kicking off tomorrow, you got to get in on the action over at Yahoo Fantasy Football. There's so many fun ways to compete. I mentioned already the new Guillotine League mode where the lowest scoring team gets eliminated weekly until one team is left standing. You can play instantly with friends and try out the new Draft with Friends mode. If you prefer the classics, get your crew together and go head-to-head in a private league. No crew, no problem. Join a public league, which is the easiest way to play. NFL season kicks off tomorrow, so don't wait. Start your league now. Draft now at yahoofantasy.com/lockedonnfl. That's yahoofantasy.com/lockedonnfl. The NFL season starts tomorrow, and FanDuel is making sure you're ready for kickoff with a can't-miss offer. Check this out right now. New customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you're going to get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. I love using FanDuel because it fits however I want to bet, whether that's spreads, over-unders, player props, building those same-game parlays, or even jumping in on the live betting as the action unfolds. Just makes sports more thrilling, whether you're watching your favorite team, keeping an eye on your fantasy lineup, or just looking to add a little extra energy to your Sundays. So are you ready to play? If so, download the FanDuel app now or go to FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place that first $5 bet. If it wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets.
Did you see the wee-woo?
AVT?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Elijah Vera-Tucker, Jets guard, suffered an injury, reportedly serious injury, may need surgery, reportedly looking at missing, quote, a majority of the 2025 season in a contract year, per reports. It's awful timing for the Jets, awful timing for Vera-Tucker as an individual who finally felt like he put it together last year.
Feels like anytime he's been healthy, he's been good. It's just been, can you stay healthy? And boy, it's just another one, huh? It's tough.
Well, this is where you'll feel thankful if you're a Jets fan that Josh Myers bargain bin contract.
Yeah.
Myers, presumably, I would assume they'll take Tippmann and put him at guard and take Josh Myers and play him at center.
Something like that. Yeah. You got to find a spot for Myers. They might want to keep Tippmann at center. I don't understand that. And I don't love Myers as much.
They had the dreaded Adam Schefter or on the depth chart between those two names.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fun. I didn't realize that. That's interesting.
Yeah. So does that change your Jets record prediction this year?
I am at 6-11. It's
6 in one hand, half dozen the other. Get it? Because he had at 6 in one hand.
Well done. Well done.
All right. Let's do the AFC North. Is it my turn or your turn?
I think
it's your turn. It's your turn.
North. All right. I got the Ravens winning this thing at 13-4. Bengals at number 2, 10-7. Steelers, number 3, 10-7. The Browns, 3-14.
Forgive me, Cleveland. I leaned into it. I think you're all expecting it. I have the Ravens first at 13-4. I have the Steelers at 10-7. I have the Bengals at 9-8. And I have the Browns at 1-16. Feels pretty cut and dry, right? Like Baltimore, we feel like is a cut above for how well-rounded the roster is. Steelers, Bengals, I have them within a game. You have them at the same record, both with winning records. Part of that congested wild card race in the AFC. And then Cleveland looking at kind of a transitional year, it feels like, amidst trying to offload some contracts and get younger and find some answers at key spots.
It's all about the Bengals and Steelers to me, and how many wins above 500 can they get to, right? That'll obviously dictate if they can challenge Baltimore. And then, like you said, just kind of sorting out a cloudy AFC wildcard situation. And those teams could very well claim spots.
Yeah. The AFC West, I have the Kansas City Chiefs and Denver Broncos, both finishing 11-6, with the Chiefs taking the tiebreaker.
Okay.
I did have them splitting the season series as well. So it went beyond divisional opponents and head-to-head for the tiebreakers. I actually would love to see what it is. I'll find out when you go through your listing. I have the Chargers in third place at 9-8, and then I have the Raiders at 6-11.
Oh, all right. I got the Chiefs winning this thing at 13-4. Broncos number 2, 11-6. Chargers in third at 9-8. Raiders last, 4-13.
4-13. It came down to record against common opponents for Kansas City and Denver for tiebreakers.
All the games are going to matter here, huh?
Yes.
It could be tight.
Well, and you look at the playoff seeding on both sides. The 8 seed, first team out in the NFC, was a game behind the 7 seed. And then in the AFC side of things, there were 2 teams that finished within a game of the 7 seed. And then you also had 1, 2, 3 divisions unsettled by going into week 18 as well.
It's fun.
Yeah.
The NFL would love for what you just said to be true.
Would be a lot on the line in week 18. You get a lot of options on what game you want to flex to stand alone at Sunday Night Football in week 18.
Yeah. Okay. Playoff seeding time.
You want to do playoff seeding, or do you have your playoff predictors up? You want to do like top 10 in draft order?
I've got all of it. It's all here.
You want to do top 10 in draft order? And then we'll do playoff seeding?
Yeah. This is the way I have it. Saints picking first, Titans picking 2, Browns 3rd, Raiders 4, Panthers 5, Giants 6, Jets 7, Colts 8, Bears 9, Patriots 10.
Okay. I have Browns 1, Saints 2, Colts 3, Panthers 4, Titans 5, Jets 6, Raiders 7, Giants 8, Jaguars 9, Falcons 10.
I'll tell you, if Titans have the 2 pick, that's a sweet spot for them.
Holy, yeah. I mean, you'd be cashing out of that presumably for
Probably,
another team in the top 6.
Probably, yeah.
Roll in a bunch of extra draft capital, still get one of these elite other positional players.
And then the Browns
coming through for them.
The Browns would have picks 3 and 14
because they have Jacksonville's pick.
Yeah, I have Jacksonville pick.
Well, so they would have 1 and 9 for me.
Whew, boy, boy, that's something. Okay,
and then then the Rams have the Falcons pick, so the Rams would have 10 for me, and then their playoff spot pick.
So 11 in the playoff spot. Yep, same here.
All right. Well, your playoff seeding. Who are the 2 teams that don't play in the wild card round?
The Eagles and the Ravens.
Okay. And I have the Packers and the Bills as the 2 teams that do not play in the wild card round.
Oh man, missing the wild. Wow, what do I do? You just don't get players injured.
Your hands, decide what teams you want to. We probably root for all 3 lower seeds to win their games.
Dude, it's not the playing of another game and like you're concerned, like you don't want to have to play it. It's the freaking injuries that you get in that game,
right? While
the other team is just healthy and chilling
back in the tub,
dude. It's resting up. Sucks.
So give me your 3 NFC wild card round playoff matchups.
So we have the 2 seed Lions hosting the 7 seed Packers. Wow, that's crazy. The 3 seed Bucks hosting the 6 seed Vikings. The 4 seed Rams hosting the 5 seed Seahawks.
And I have the 2 seed Bucks hosting the 7 seed 49ers. The 3 seed Rams hosting the 6 seed Vikings. And the 4 seed Eagles hosting the 5 seed Detroit Lions.
It can't be the Eagles. I forgot you predicted the 4-seed Eagles
at 12-5. Every single one of my division winners in the NFC won at least 12 games.
Could you imagine being 12-5 and being a 4-seed?
Yeah, I can.
That's tough. That's tough. Jeez, that's tough.
Yeah, and then the Packers were one game out in front at 13-4. You want me to give my AFC matchups?
Yes.
I have the 2-seed Ravens hosting the 7-seed Dolphins.
Go Dolphins.
3-seed Chiefs hosting the 6-seed Pittsburgh Steelers. And I have the 4-seed Texans hosting the 5-seed Denver Broncos.
We got that one the same. The 4-seed Texans.
4-5.
Hosting the 5-seed Broncos. That's a fun game. I
would pick Denver to win that game with their defense against Houston's offensive line.
I could see it. Yeah, I could see it. Then I have the 3-seed Chiefs hosting the 6-seed Bengals, and then the 2-seed Bills hosting the 7-seed Steelers.
Okay. So we both have Pittsburgh. I have Miami in at 10-7. You have Cincinnati in at 10-7, and you have Miami at 9-8, and I have Cincinnati at 9-8. So
yeah,
we have those two flip-flopped, and then obviously the seeding of the rest of the group is different.
Yeah, I got the Chargers at 9-8 and the Dolphins at 9-8.
Yeah, and I have the Chargers and Bengals at 9-8. So that, and even Pittsburgh at 10-7, the 6 through the 9 in the AFC, I think is going to be very chaotic.
Just like it's been. It's like it's Bengals, Steelers, Dolphins, Chargers, Jaguars, maybe competing for 2 spots.
And then I also have the Patriots at 8-9. Like they could mathematically steal a couple games and be in that conversation as well.
Guess we'll have to play them all and see what happens.
We're going to play them all and see what happens. It starts tomorrow night. We will make all of our picks for week 1 tomorrow on the show. We'll go through the week 1 slate of football. Looking forward to that. Kyle Crabbs, Joe Marino. Appreciate you guys checking out Locked On NFL Scouting. Make it a great rest of your day. We'll be back again tomorrow for week 1 preview.